It's Brian Preston, the Money Guy.
All right, I've got a question from K-Coin. He says, hey, Brian, I'm currently 15 and just started my first summer job. And he's wondering, should I prioritize retirement savings through a Roth IRA or prioritize college savings or maybe do a little of each? What do you guys think? He's just starting out on his investment journey, which is so exciting. He's only 15.
So here's the thing I think is interesting. K-Coin's 15. And, when I get to see all of our YouTube stats and stuff, we just don't have a lot of people under 18.
Sure.
And I guess that's good because I think YouTube treats you differently if you have kids and there's all these other crazy compliance you have to do.
Sure. Most
of our people are in that 20s to 30s range. Okay, I look, take out the beer, cover the beer. This $1 turns into 88, for this water I'm drinking for a 20-year-old. You realize for a 15-year-old, we did this. I did a show, and I would encourage Kay to go find the show. I did a show because my daughter was 15 at the time. Mm-hmm. Wasn't it like $1 turns into like $145 or something?
We actually have a deliverable. If you want to know, Kay, exactly what your wealth multiplier is, go to moneyguide.com/resources, and we actually have what the wealth multiplier is for a 15-year-old, and it's better than 88.
So, but let's get to Kay's question: Roth versus paying for college. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm assuming, did he say this was earned income? This was wages?
He said he just started his first summer job.
First summer job. So it is wages. So, man, woo! Because I love thinking about Roth money in there because that is so powerful. By the way, Kay, I don't know who put you on us. Maybe you found us organically, and you're definitely a financial mutant if that's the case. But if you have parents who kind of nudged you to watch our content, you ought to say, hey, I heard you can go watch that show on my 15-year-old daughter at the time. And I encouraged parents to do matching formulas to do this. So maybe your money that you're earning might be double powerful in the fact that not only could you do the Roth, but you could get some matching formula from the parents if they're doing that. And then I'd also encourage your parents, if they are financial mutants as well, to go look at the tax benefits they get within the 529 funding just from their state income taxes. But for Kate, man, Bo, this is a tough one because I love Roth so much.
You want me to go? I'll go.
Yeah, give me the thoughts between Roth versus 529.
Here's at 15, there's a lot of life you got coming your way. Here's what I would love for you to do. A little bit goes a long way. If you go look, we'd say one turns into 88, but in your situation, one turns into hundreds of dollars. I don't think it has to be all or nothing one way or the other. What I would love to see you do is start the behavior. So if you're going to continue working for the summer and you think probably you're going to work every summer and keep going, I'd pick some nominal number you could stick to. Maybe it's $10 a month. Maybe it's $20 a month. And I would start putting money into a Roth at that pace. So long as you know you'll at least earn that much over the course of a year, and start building that habit of every month, I got money going to work for me, going to work for me, going to work for me, going to work for me. And then as your income increases, or maybe you have bigger months than others, you can do like sort of one-time drops in there. But I think from an investing standpoint, if you can develop the behavior, that's going to be the huge thing that's going to be incredibly valuable for you. Now, I do want to give you a little bit of a side. At 15, you got some stuff coming your way. You got college coming your way. You might have a car you got to think about. Maybe you're going to get ready for college. I don't think it's crazy. You do have to kind of work through the food. You have to kind of work through the financial order of operations. What is your appropriate emergency fund? Should you have some money in savings that you just leave in a high yield savings account so you have your money there in case there's something that you need it for? I love the idea of you doing Roth. I love the idea of you getting started, but you also have to kind of balance those two out as you prepare for this next big change in life that's going to happen when you go off to college.
So I have an answer now. I mean, my brain, you ought to see it.
I figured if I gave you some time, you'd come up with something.
What's that pill that the
Limitless pill.
The Limitless pill.
Bradley
Cooper took it, and you could practically see all the fireworks going off in his brain as he did it. That was just happening.
Okay, good. I'm glad.
And so here's what I recognized. I think K-Coin ought to load up the Roth because it's just such a limit. Because listen, 529, what's the huge benefits of 529s is that you get the growth is completely tax-free when you pull that money out for using it for qualified education expenses. Yep. He's 15 years old. He's going to college in 3 years. Yes, you can have some growth within 3 years, but more than likely, it's not going to be invested that aggressively. The compounding effect at 3 years in the future is going to be somewhat disappointing, whereas the money that goes in that Roth, you still have the potential to do the break the glass, pull out the basis tax-free so that he could do that, but maybe he gets a scholarship. Maybe there's some other sources of money that's coming in for college so that Roth money is not 3 year in the future money. It's 30, 40, 50 year in the future money for financial independence.
Love it.
So K-Coin, do the Roth, but I want you to have a conversation because, man, go ahead and start, because one of my special skill sets that I think made me successful in life is I learned how to start creating the financial planning meeting for my parents first before I started doing clients. I started learning how to present things and ideas to my family members to try to see if I could nudge them to make incremental decision making that benefited me in the long term. Like when I wanted to join a fraternity my sophomore year, I did this whole razzle dazzle presentation to my parents with me working as a bus driver, the money coming in here. This was the right decision. Kay, I would encourage you, do a joint plan meeting, essentially a financial planning meeting with your parents if they're actively involved in your financial making and college experience. And you talk to them about, hey, the power of matching funds for doing the Roth IRA. But then also, hey, are there some opportunities to make sure we're maximizing that college savings through 529s and tax benefits that they could be enjoying annually? Bring those two together, and I think you'll be working on a skill set that will serve you for the rest of your life.
Love it.